Welcome back to George Orwell's 1984. We're on chapter 8, and this is the last part of part 1 of the novel. We spent the last 7 chapters getting to know Winston and the fact that his wife disappeared. They were separated. I don't think they ever had a formal divorce. His wife simply disappeared, and he is childless. He is a man who is in not very good health, largely because he, I think, smokes a lot, has problems with his legs, does not do a lot of exercise, and the exercise he's forced to do in the morning, he does not really enjoy very much. But it's more than anything else, he's a symptom of an oppressive state that really gives people little to live for, except to get to the end of the day. And that's really what totalitarianism is like. You never have a chance to plan for tomorrow, let alone next week or next year. You're planning to survive to the end of the day, to stay out of trouble. And that's really I don't want to call it eerie, but it's a pervasive feeling within 1984, is that somebody is watching you. And of course, when Orwell wrote this book, as I've said repeatedly, in 1948, he reversed the numerals of 4 and 8 to get 84 for the title of the book. It was just something that occurred to him. And he could not have imagined how surveillance would improve, if you will, if we can use that word, over the decades to come, to the point where our computers are watching us. You know, literally, the camera can be on the computer. And if we leave cameras on various apps, we can be spied on. Fiber optics are used now routinely. I remember when fiber optics were discovered in the 70s, there was huge fear that they would be used to spy on people. And of course, nothing was done to stop fiber optics. They're in your television set. They're in a lot of mechanisms. And yes, they can be used to spy on you. We are so susceptible to spying. Everything we say is being recorded by the National Security Agency in the United States. All cell phone calls, text messages. We are being spied upon. Maybe not within Canada or the United States, but overseas, where they can get away with it. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now, because the next chapter is one of the longest chapters, but we're going to see it through to the end of chapter 8 and the end of part 1. I hope you've enjoyed this journey as much as I have. And it's a journey that's going to continue, not only with this book, but with other Orwell books and with other books that are pertinent and relevant to the times we live in. We're going to find other books that I think you need to hear. There's something about hearing the written word. I haven't done it in years. I don't think I've done it since I studied Shakespeare in high school. And I had done some Shakespeare on the stage. And you don't really understand Shakespeare until you read it aloud. You can read it in your head in the book, and it doesn't come to life until you read it aloud. And as good as Orwell's book is, reading it to yourself, there's a special magic in reading this aloud and listening. So let's proceed, if we shall, and if we can, to chapter 8. Hi, this is David Krayden from Krayden's Right and Stand on Guard. Join the resistance. Resolve to resist. Become a member of this station. I've been practicing journalism in one form or another for over 30 years. I've worked in print, radio, and television for a lot of prestigious publications and media outlets. I was an Armed Forces Public Affairs officer. I worked in Parliament Hill. I know how Ottawa works, and I know how corrupt the federal government can be. But you can play a part in opposing Justin Trudeau's government and Justin Trudeau's plans for Canada. You can become a part of the Krayden's Right resistance. Now, I urge you today, please support this station in any way you can. Ring that bell, subscribe, because that ensures you're at least going to continue to be able to watch these episodes. You'll beat the algorithm. But more importantly, I need your financial support. I hate to ask, but that's what I'm doing. I made a decision to pursue independent media because I believed it was the best possible route for me to take as a journalist and as a concerned citizen of Canada. So you can become a part of that. And at only $5, you can become a part of that on YouTube, on Substack, and with Buy Me a Coffee, a one-time donation. But I need your support. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. If you've already done that, if you're already supporting the station, thank you. But if you haven't, make that decision today. So we are in a very precarious position in this country. We need political change, but we also need to resolve to resist.